And welcome everybody to the West Gym. Howard Simura here for the Seniors Night 2019 SFU Women's Basketball live from the West Gym. Very special night for SFU seniors today, and head coach Bruce Langford. I see some flowers placed on our media bench here at center court, and I'm sure there's going to be some special moments here as special clan players. Sophie Swan, Samantha Beauchamp set to be honored here as the Simon Fraser clan look to take on their visitors here today, the St. Martin Saints. SFU coming off of a big win on Thursday, on a snowy Thursday right here atop Burnaby Mountain. They've won 9 of their last 10 contests and look to win a 4th straight game tonight against those very Saints from Lacey, Washington. We'll have more on the seniors and the visiting team in just a moment. But first, a quick recap of that game 2 nights ago. Sophie Swan with a career-high 34 points to lead Simon Fraser to a dominant 82-61 victory over Seattle Pacific on Thursday night. It was the 9th highest scoring single game performance in Simon Fraser clan women's history, the 5th highest in the NCAA era. Swan's performance elevated her among a group of SFU greats like Teresa Kleindienst, Michelle Hendry, Erin Chambers, and Nayo Raincock-Akunwe. As a team, the clan sank 16 threes, 1 short of the GNAC record. SFU was out-rebounded 32-24, but shot a season-high 50.8% from the field. Simon Fraser also capitalized on Seattle Pacific turnovers, outscoring their visitors 31-14 in that category. Again, Swan's 34 points coming on 12 of 22 shooting, 8 of 13 from beyond the arc, a couple of free throws, 4 assists, throwing another 5 steals, and just another memorable performance from Sophie Swan, the senior leader of this clan team. Point guard Taylor Drynan, 17 points, 5 of 15 from beyond the arc, 8 assists, 2 steals, as part of a great season for the clan junior point guard. And Kendall Sands as well, the other guard, having a tremendous season. 10 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And Ozzy Nabucco as well, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. The win improves the clan's overall record to 15-7. 11-4 in the GNAC team, currently in 3rd place in the league standings. They'll look to get another step closer to earning a berth to the conference tournament tonight with a win on seniors night, if that can happen, against St. Martin's, led by head coach Christy Martin. Those very Saints faced Western Washington in Bellingham on Thursday, but fell 66-50. Freshman Claire Dingus scored a game-high 20 points, had 9 rebounds. Not enough, though, to lift the Saints to a win. They shot a dismal 22.4% from the field, 20% from downtown. St. Martin's now going to 5-18 overall this season, with the loss 3-12 in the conference. The foes the clan will face: St. Martin's earlier this season, Simon Fraser earning a narrow 75-72 win over those Saints in Lacey. Swan to gain the leader there, 19 points. Jessica Jones, Taylor Drynan, 17 and 12 respectively. Samantha Beauchamp, 7 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 2 steals. So we are about 4.5 minutes away from the opening here. It's also a pink night celebration in the West Gym, and the gym very much adorned for today's game. So, you know, we're watching the clan in their pregame shoot-around right now, but there will be an opportunity for Coach Langford to honor his seniors. And I'm sure some stories to tell to the crowd here. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good crowd as the teams filter in. A lot of youth and high school basketball groups, young basketball groups coming in. And take a look at the standings for GNAC women's basketball and where the clan have positioned themselves with this big run late in the season. 11-4 right now, the winners of 3 straight. And of course, 4 more conference games remaining after tonight, but all of those on the road. Simon Fraser still with a chance to do some damage down the stretch after tonight's game. Alaska Anchorage, Northwest Nazarene, each with 14-1 records. You see Sophie Swan right there getting the shooting stroke ready as the clan prepares. The 5'11 senior of Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver. VarsityLetters.ca, check it out. A story on Sophie Swan with recollections from both the player and head coach Bruce Langford on her kind of comical recruiting process. Basically, Coach Langford really lighting a fire, and you'll read some of those quotes with Sophie Swanton. Really wanted to prove herself, and what a great 4-year journey it's been. Samantha Beauchamp as well. If you watched high school basketball and She was a standout player at Holy Cross Secondary in Surrey. Didn't start for her high school team, but really was an impact player. Came in here and really developed the niche, but after taking a year off, has come back and put a signature on her career as the GNAC's shot block leader this season. Sam Beauchamp taking a year away, and she's better than ever. So that has been one of the tremendous storylines as part of this Clan women's basketball season. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from the anthems and the player introductions, and we'll keep you right here in the Cozy West Gym as you watch the Clan warm up for tonight's game against the St. Martin Saints. The Fognick dog on hand, and talked about all the bunting around the gym here today. It's going to be a special one. Seniors night, always a special night. Simon Fraser also has their own special seniors night after the season is complete, but for the fans, this is Coach Langford's opportunity to pay tribute to his seniors. And I know that's always an interesting part of this celebration. Jessica Jones, Ozzy Nabucco, both coming off the floor now. And a real feeling of camaraderie with this Clan basketball team. As we get down to about 90 seconds before, I thought maybe perhaps we were going to get Coach Langford on before this starts. I think maybe that won't happen here, but we will get a chance to see the presentation by Coach Langford to his seniors before today's game. As we mentioned, the Clan are set to hit the road for 4 games after this one, and that'll start Thursday in Nampa, Idaho, when they face the Northwest Nazarene Nighthawks in a February 21st game. The 23rd, they're Saturday, a week from today, they're in Ellensburg to face the Central Washington Wildcats. And then the following week, a Tuesday, Saturday to wrap up the GNAC regular season. February 26th, back in Bellingham at Sam Carver to face the Western Washington Vikings. Take the Thursday off, and then March the 2nd, wrapping it up in Billings, Montana against the Yellow Jackets. And hopefully the GNAC championships will follow March 7th to 9th in Bellingham. So a final time for the surprising Simon Fraser Clan, sitting in 3rd in the GNAC this season. And their final game here before the hometown fans atop Burnaby Mountain. We will prepare to bid adieu and join you. I think what we'll do is probably pick you right up for the start of the opening tip. Until then, Howard Samura back with more from Clan TV. Please hang around and catch the anthems, the player introductions, and our senior night celebration.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's game between the visiting St. Martin's University and your Simon Fraser University Clan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a special evening for 2 of our very own SFU athletes who have family members and friends attending tonight's game. You've cheered us on this season, and your spirit has been appreciated more than ever. From the players, coaches, and staff, we thank you for your enthusiasm and your support at all Clan home events. Before we recognize our seniors, we would like to recognize the seniors from the opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior graduates from St. Martin's University, beginning with number 5, Emma Kennedy. The second senior from St. Martin's, number 13, Rebecca Ball. And the third senior from St. Martin's, number 15, Mallory Kessler. Ladies and gentlemen, each fall, Simon Fraser University welcomes its incoming group of freshmen, student athletes, and each spring, the university says thank you to its graduating seniors, who through hard work and dedication have created rich tradition that is the Clan. This year, Samantha Beauchamp and Sophie Swan are 2 seniors who we are recognizing here this evening. First, we invite Sophie to please come forward. Sophie Swan came to us from Argyle Secondary in North Vancouver. Since then, she has blossomed into a GNAC All-Star. Ladies and gentlemen, please recognize Sophie Swan as she gives flowers to her parents, Randy Swan and Shayla Hemmerhan. Our second senior that we would like to recognize this evening, could Sam Beauchamp please come forward? Sam came to us from Holy Cross High School in the Valley. She has blossomed into a defensive player who changes shots at the post. In fact, she leads the league in blocks. Please recognize Sam Beauchamp as she gives flowers to her parents, Barbara and Trevor Beauchamp.
As you can tell from the decorations of the place, tonight's a special night. Not only is it their last game on the floor, it's not really our seniors' night, because our seniors' night will be on April the 13th, where we do a celebration with the team, and any of you who are interested are more than welcome to come. But also as our ping game. Each year, different players step up and take charge of the ping game. I'm sure Teddy Dryman, who you probably know as Taylor, and Claudia Hart did it. I'd like to thank them very much with a little something. Congratulations. Thank you.
We will really enjoy this.
Don't tell anybody. I'd like to thank you very much for your support this year. We're a young team. We're trying to get better every day, and you do a lot to help us do that. So thank you very much. Let's enjoy the game. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for all of our seniors here tonight from both teams. And now, basketball fans, at this time, we do ask that you please rise and please remove all caps for the playing of the American and Canadian teams.
Howard Smurray here, getting set for the opening, the player introductions here from the West Gym. A great crowd on hand today for seniors night, and we saw head coach Bruce Langford and those special presentations in the pregame to the graduating seniors in Sophie Swan, Samantha Beauchamp. Both players bringing those bouquets of flowers traditionally into the crowd and having a hug with their parents who have supported them obviously right through their entire high school basketball career. So great to see for those two Simon Fraser seniors. And both will be in the starting lineup here tonight for the Clan. Simon Fraser starters now set to be introduced for the final time here at the West Gym in the 2018-19 season. And Taylor Drynan, the last time the Clan faithful will see her as a junior, Taylor Drynan set to return as a senior next season, will be one of the unquestioned leaders of this Clan basketball team next season. Number 5's had a terrific season. As PG1 here with the Clan, Samantha Beauchamp. We know all about the GNAC shot block leader and what a great story she's authored in a return up Burnaby Mountain this season. Sophie Swan, the team's scoring leader, coming off a incredible 34-point performance on Thursday, the 9th highest in Clan women's basketball history. Ozzy Nabucco, 2 seasons ago, the GNAC Freshman of the Year, and a story in herself, coming back from the torn ACL, caused her to miss all of last season. And Jessica Jones, number 33, who has become one of the best shooters in the conference this season, and what a year she's had as well. It's been a terrific season for the Simon Fraser Clan. We caution those 4 more games remaining, obviously on the road, but this is the home farewell this season. And of course, GNAC, unlike the other conferences you'll see locally, the conference tournament not held here. So unless you're willing to venture south to watch your Clan women, this will be the last appearance of Bellingham, of course. The Western Washington University set to host those championships, and the Clan set to be a part of that with their terrific record right now and 4 more road games remaining. For St. Martin's, set to be in the starting group, Sanaya Simpson wearing number 1 as well. Number 22 is Sarah Bowen. Number 14, Claire Dingus. Number 44 is Megan Nielsen. And taking that opening tip and losing it to the Clan there was number 25, Bria Thames. Simon Fraser now with the basketball off that opening tip, and Swan now with the basketball driving. Sophie right off the window, picking right up where she left off on Thursday night with a quick deuce. So Swan with a quick 2 here, and the Clan with the early lead. Bowen. Thames will go right to the window and lay it up and in. Beaverton, Oregon native, and obviously it's been a rough and tumble season for everyone, and Bria sporting that bandage above her left eye. Perhaps a remnant of Thursday's game in Western Washington. Jessica Jones from the top can't get that one to go. Christy Martin, the head coach. We see her talking to her team from the sidelines in her 2nd season at the helm of the St. Martin Saints. As we mentioned, the Saints put up a real fight and the Clan edged them earlier this season. Thames is going to knock it away from Swan, playing with a lot of intensity early. She's going to lay it up and in off the turnover. So there's a 4-2 lead now for St. Martin's. Jones passed up the 3, drives into the paint, the whistle blows. And the foul being called against Bria Thames. Early going here. Visitors wearing black, playing defense around with the 4-2 lead. Here's Taylor Drynan. Finding Jones right down the block. They go to Beauchamp. She keeps the pivot. Can't get it, but gets an offensive board. Can't get that one, and working hard underneath the basket in her final Clan home game. Sam Beauchamp took a bit of a pop there across the eye and is still favoring that as she comes down the court. Got the offensive rebound but couldn't get the finish. Cut off there defensively by the Clan. Rebecca Bao in the game now. So Bao knocks down the jump shot, and just like that, 7-2, St. Martin's. They've got the early lead here. Nabucco from 15 can't get it to go. Beauchamp with a nice tip and a great rebound by Sam. Oh, and Sam tries to protect herself, but comes across a little too hard. The refs blow the whistle there. Take a look at the replay as Beauchamp does a great job, and as she wheels around, they're going to call an offensive foul there against Beauchamp. The officials want to take a look at something here, so they will step in at the video screen here courtside. 7-2 the score early. Beauchamp do a great job tipping the ball to keep it alive, and we saw that earlier with that offensive rebound that Sam got. And as they take a look at it, they'll see what happened on that play, but we'll stay with you here. And Beauchamp has been a terrific, you want to call her an addition. She had been here for all her previous years, took last season off and came back refreshed and ready to roll, and it was a different Sam Beauchamp we saw this season, just in terms of the aggressive nature she's been able to bring to this Clan lineup, and that's going to be a valued component down the stretch drive. 4 more games remaining. We told you off the top where those games are going to be happening. We'll run through them really quickly here. Next Thursday at Northwest Nazarene, next Saturday at Central Washington. A week from this Tuesday at Western Washington, and March the 2nd, a Saturday, wrapping it all up at MSUB against the Yellow Jackets. Of course, the GNAC Championships March 7th to 9th in Bellingham. The player going down there, Megan Nilsson. And they're looking at it, and it's interesting because they've got foul to 44 on the board right now. They'll make a decision on the call there, but Nilsson did hook Beauchamp as that ball came off the glass. And Sam then pivoting with the basketball. And Nilsson right in her way as that body turned around with the basketball. So a delay here as the officials continue to talk it over. 7-2. A good, or a fast start rather, by the St. Martin Saints. Coming into this basketball game today, St. Martin's being led by the 13.3 points of Sanaya Simpson wearing number 1. Claire Dingus at 12.9, and McKenna Schultz wearing number 10 is third in the scoring at 12.6 points per game. Well, they've taken the 44 off. They've now given it to 20, so it looks like Beauchamp will indeed be called for an offensive foul, and that's gonna send Rebecca Baugh to the free throw line. Nice for the referees to come right by our courtside location and let us know that the unsportsmanlike call there against Beauchamp. Black can then choose their shooter, and Bao is the guy, or is the player rather, who steps up and be able to make it an 8-2 game. And off of that unsportsmanlike comes possession as well. So St. Martin's making 1 of 2, but keeping possession, and a chance here to really build on their lead. Right now with a 6-point gap here early in this basketball game. There's a hard take to the basket. Beauchamp dials up the pressure again, gets a piece of that one, blocks it, and gets the Clan right back down the floor. 3-ball shot here from Drynan, Jessica Jones. And Jones knocks it down, so just like that, Simon Fraser gets on the scoreboard. Tip drill there, and Simpson able to come away with it. She'll kick it back up top. Nilsson back to Bowen. Simpson baseline, goes for the reverse Beauchamp again. So Sam Beauchamp got called for the unsportsmanlike, but great to see for Sam in her final senior game here. As you look at that Clan TV replay, that she's not dialing it back, and neither is Jessica Jones. You saw that great release from 33 as she knocks down the triple. Shot clock's down to 6 for Simpson. Nabucco putting a net up, but wow, what a great move there by Sanaya Simpson to find a way around Ozzy Nabucco and score it off the glass. 10-5 to score, 5-point lead for the visitors. Drynan tipped out of bounds by Thames as she was looking for Sophie Swant. Jayla Russ now coming into the game, number 31. Jayla Russ in for Megan Nilsson. Jayla Russ, a 6-foot junior out of Eastern Michigan, a transfer, so a Division I transfer now on the floor for the Clan. Beauchamp, Sam right to the basket, can't get that one to go. Tough break there. Russ now with a rebound as the Saints quickly up the floor with Bow. 3-ball hoisted, doesn't go down for Russ, but the rebound by the Clan. Simon Fraser cannot get going offensively. There's 2 baskets in almost 4 minutes of play here. Little hesitation dribble by the Clan on the baseline, and Jones again. Jessica Jones getting it done. Back-to-back triples now, and thanks to Jessica Jones, the Clan only trail by 2 here as we get down to 4 minutes gone here in this basketball game. And that is a good take there to the basket by Russ. And we'll go to our Clan TV replay and take a look at the basket, how it evolves. They find Jessica Jones, and she just knocks it down, doesn't even graze iron off that pass from Ozzy Nabucco. 10-8 our score. Swant with a rebound there, and Sophie gobbles it up and gets it to Drynan, quickly down the floor to Jones, underneath to Ozzy, and Nabucco will lay it up, and it'll tie the game at 10. So some real crisp ball movement by Simon Fraser. Simpson, though, determined underneath the basket to Russ. And it looks like Sam Beauchamp's going to get called for the foul underneath. There's a replay there, and as you watch the Clan basket, nice ball movement there, but Beauchamp will take a seat with those 2 fouls. Maybe Sophie a little bit out of her wheelhouse. Smaller guards and being forced to really move on that baseline. That could be a tough task. And she gets caught there, her second. She'll take a breather, and you know she's going to be back soon. Dingus back up top to number 10, Schultz. McKenna Schultz on the floor now. Here's Drynan, just will turn and fire and knock it down, and Taylor Drynan with a huge triple there. Taylor literally a catch and shoot. She just pivots and lets it go. And a big basket there for a 13-10 lead. Take a look at the replay here as the 3-ball from Schultz is blocked. Quickly, Sienna Lenz down the floor, finding Drynan. And Taylor just drops it, looks like it came down from the moon. What a beautiful 3-point shot there. Drynan will take a break as we reach the midway mark of this quarter, and Kendall Sands, number 15, in to spell her. So Sands and Lenz, along with Jones in that Clan backcourt. Swant at the high post, Nabucco down on the block, the 2 forwards. Here's Jess again for 3. Off the side iron, ripped away there The rebound by Dingus. Oh, look at Swant's effort. Sophie in there trying to get a steal. And literally you heard bones hit hardwood as about 60 feet from our broadcast location, you could hear Sophie Swant hitting the deck. Sophie Swant, what a performance in the BC basketball community. Still talking about the 34 points she was able to drop, a career high and the 9th highest in Clan history this past Thursday. Time out on the floor now, but just to reminisce about how great that was to watch Sophie Swant. It ends up being a pretty decisive Clan victory, but as I talked to head coach Bruce Langford after the game, we both agreed this is a game that really, it didn't break open until late, and it broke because Sophie Swant was able to do her thing so well down the stretch. Athletics.sfu.ca/women's basketball, the place to go for so much regarding this Clan women's basketball team. And good information to have as the Clan head out on the road for their final 4 games before the GNAC Championships in Bellingham. But what a performance, and the Clan women have given us so many thrills this season. Let's talk about knocking off the #1 ranked team in Division II basketball, Northwest Nazarene, right on this home floor at the West Gym. Let's talk about the 34 points that Swant dropped. It has been a season full of highlights and 10 tremendous efforts here on the home court for the most part by the Clan women this season. They come into tonight's game in 3rd place in the conference, and I don't know if many thought with an incoming rookie class of 5 that would happen, and that was another highlight as well. Simon Fraser able to get all 5 rookies on the floor at the same time to end one of their games here at home in front of their hometown fans. 4:35 left in the quarter. Thanks for joining us again. Shout out to our executive producer Gabe Lynn as well for getting us on the air. Underneath the basket, a tough offensive rebound and a putback there by Megan Nielsen, who's right back into the fray. The 6'2 junior out of Fresno State. This lineup dotted with D1 transfers. Oh, Jones just trying to create a little bit of space there against Thames, and that forearm shiver right in the sight lines of the official who blows the whistle, and the whistle's Jones for her 2nd foul of the game. Simpson. That was on Jones, coach. Scrambly play here as Dingus gets it over for the 3, and just like that, McKenna Schultz, the 6th person on this team, comes and knocks down the big triple. Taylor Dryman will check in at the next stoppage, but Thames with a steal, and wow, there is some physicality right now in this game, and the calls are going the way of St. Martin's. So Jess Jones will check out of the game after taking that foul, and Kendall Sands as well gets called for the block. But right now, take a look at the way Sanaya Simpson, #1, and number 15, or rather number 25, Bria Thames are playing, and they are bringing the physical aspect of St. Martin's basketball to the floor right now. They're playing it extremely tough off the dribble. Thames will miss, or rather Simpson will miss the first in a 2-point game here. The Saints have been in command from the opening tip. A 2-point lead here with 3:34 remaining. And Simon Fraser needs to step up in terms of answering that physical charge without getting into foul trouble here, and they haven't been able to do that. The Clan right now with their 5 team fouls, they have the Saints in the bonus here with 3:26 remaining. Here's Nabucco, big step, and Ozzy lays it up and in, makes it a 1-point game. Nabucco, what a huge swath she cuts when she makes that big turn in the paint. Number 32, the redshirt sophomore. 15-foot jumper from Simpson won't go, and look at the hustle there from Sienna Lenz, the freshman. A jump ball called. We can't see the possession arrow here. I believe it's going to stay St. Martin's basketball. Indeed it will. A good hustle there by the Abbotsford Panther, former Abbotsford Panther, the freshman Sienna Lenz, wearing #1. Here's Thames. Jump stop, pivot, kick back up top to Simpson. She drives on Sands. Tough shot with Swant right in her face. Sophie does a great job there defensively. And Kendall Sands now running the point over to Sienna Lenz. And Sienna Lenz with a nice job. She's going to drive it at her opposite number, Simpson, and draw the foul. The freshman on the sophomore from Rainier Beach High School. 13 foul for St. Martin's. Dryden now with the basketball. That's McKenna Schultz, number 10, guarding her. They come off the Swan screen, find Nabucco, and Ozzy, what a quick first step. Ozzy loses her defender. With that first step, it is so incredibly quick as you'll see in this conference. And you saw it right there. It's going to give the Clan their first lead of the game right now at 17-16. Jumper's going to go there for Dingus. And as we resume play with the Clan at the other end, I'll send a shout out again to Production Central for a refresher from what I just heard. Maybe you could repeat that, Gabe, as Sophie Swan lays it up and in, and the two teams changing advantages here. And is it going to happen again? No, Simpson can't get that one to go. A bit of a rocky effort there with some physicality underneath the basket. Swan pulls up from three and knocks down the triple. Sophie with a huge shot there to make it 22-18. Sophie's in such a zone right now, she wasn't even concerned about the line. Terrific shot by Swan. Schultz over to Simpson. Finds the cutter right there in Dingus. They'll go back up top to Simpson. Shot clock's now down to 11. Simpson powering her way, can't get the roll and standing tough underneath the basket, and now with it, Taylor Dryden. Skip to entry to, finding Nabucco, but Ozzy's gonna get called for the travel on the turnaround move. So a tough break there, and first time in the game now as Lenz and Nabucco will come out of the game. It's gonna be Georgia Swan, number 10, the freshman out of Argyle Secondary, as well the redshirt sophomore Claudia Hart from Seacove now into the basketball game as well in North Vancouver, wearing number 13. So we'll see how this makeshift group right now kindles some energy. It's a group in which only Dryden and Swant are starters. Dingus, double team comes quickly. McKenna down the baseline. Oh, that's a great job there to get a rebound from Schultz. She gets the ball right back and pops a three. It goes right over the goal, and what hustle on the floor right now. Dingus tries to save it, but goes out of bounds. It'll be Clan basketball. So Simon Fraser stepping up. They've come back to take a 4-point lead, and there's 18 seconds left here in this quarter. Then they're showing some great hustle on the defensive end as well. So we'll have a packed house here on Pink Night, Seniors Night as well. Swant's going to take that shot. I think that was actually a pass intended for Dryden. And that's going to do it as the first quarter comes to an end. We'll take a short break. 22-18, the Clan out in front. Right here from the West Gym. Back with the start of the second quarter and more on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
And welcome back, everybody. Take a look at your Clan TV replay monitor to see Sophie Swant with that great drive down the lane. Another great shot from our Clan TV crew right here at the West Gym. Are we seeing some Clan alums in the building today? Some snapshots from our Clan TV crew. Who did I see there? That looked like Elisa Homer. Speaking of a great three-point shooter. Jumper is going to go. Kendall Sands knocks it down. And a great job there. We will let the our viewers know we don't have a live box score being kept tonight. Don't have stats on this game. We've had a bit of a problem there. Great block by Claudia Hart down low. She rejects Dingus underneath the basket, and now here's Dryden. Taylor's got the basketball to Claudia Hart. There's a drive off the window. And Claudia Hart showing some real heart there with that drive. Draws the contact in. The block is called and it goes against Jayla Russ, number 31, the junior out of Eastern Michigan University. Claudia Hart now at the free throw line. Clan alums in the building today. So great to see the support of past Clan players, and it was especially cool to see Simon Fraser going back in the history books and looking at all those top scorers that from the Thursday game in which Sophie Swant became the 9th highest single game scorer in Clan women's history. To see names like Teresa Klein-Dean, Style Rain Cocker-Coonway, and of course Erin Chambers, who was just here a couple of years ago but just so dominant. The G-Neck did everything. Another in a long line of great players, Sophie Swant. There's another great rebound by Sophie down low. Jump shot is going to fall, and Kendall Sands getting red hot. That terrific jump shot. Kendall knocks it down, and just like that, it's a 10-point lead with 8:51 remaining. As we look at the Clan TV replay, that jump shot from Kendall Sands. I don't know who had more energy there afterwards, Sophie Swant's high five or mid five with Kendall Sands, the emotion there. Sophie Swant just loving life as a Simon Fraser Clan player here. We're going to see it again. Let's take another look as Kendall Sands unloads, and there's some real emotion from Sophie Swant. What a great look from our Clan TV crew. 8:51 to the break, a 10-point Clan lead. They're on a roll after falling behind early on seniors night here atop Burnaby Mountain. We don't have the stats, but obviously Simon Fraser, as their three-point shooting goes, as their fortunes soar, it seems. And really, Sophie Swant, Taylor Dryden, Jessica Jones, and Kendall Sands have all knocked down the triple here in this game tonight and have been played so well. Sam Beauchamp, now number 20, who checked out of the game with those 2 fouls, now back in with 8:51 remaining to give the Clan that post presence down low. And it looks like Ozzy Nabucco as well will check in at the next stoppage. Simpson goes to the elbow, fades and knocks it down. She called her number there and got a bit of a clear out from her teammates and the sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, and Rainier Beach High School in Seattle. Rainier Beach, what an NBA hotspot that high school has been. Great dish underneath, and Taylor Dryden drops the dime. Sam Beauchamp there for the lay-in. Taylor Dryden, what a great look there on the baseline. 30-20, 10-point lead restored. Simpson's going to dribble off of her foot, and it's going to go to the Clan. Georgia Swant providing the defense. 8:01 left to the half here. Jessica Jones is coming out. As we mentioned, Nabucco back on. So a 10-point lead here, and the Clan doing a great job to rally back to take the lead in this game. Here's Sophie, a little head fake, drives to the baseline, pass to sister Georgia for three. Oh, and Sophie's going to rip away the offensive board as well, gets it to Dryden. So the Clan playing keep away, get another chance here. Oh, great job by Dingus, gets in the way. Swant, though, relentless, finds Georgia underneath the basket, sister to sister on seniors night. And that is a torch being passed right there from Sophie to Georgia. And it makes it 32-20, the 12-point lead, the largest of the game thus far for the Clan. Simpson creating her own shot, can't get that one to fall from 15. A rebound ripped down underneath. And great job there from Megan Nielsen to get that offensive board and recycle it. Sarah Bowen set to check in at the next stoppage for St. Martin's. Here's Nabucco. There they go. Drynan now with the basketball. Shot clock down to 12. Feed inside to Ozzy. Knocked away from her and bodies flying everywhere. There's Georgia Swant on the deck. Great hustle by Georgia. I think they're calling no reset, so the shot clock is going to go down to 3. Bria Thames and Sarah Bowen into the game now. And coming out are Thames, or rather Simpson and I missed the other player coming out of the game for St. Martin's. Apologies. Bowen with a great job there to knock that away. Clan get a shot, but not in time to beat the shot clock buzzer. 10-point lead here, 6:35 to the break on seniors night. We talked about a lot of great moments that are symbolic in this Clan women's team this season. And I think we just saw one earlier when Sophie Swant, the senior, to Georgia Swant, her baby sister, the freshman, on seniors night. Symbolic in a lot of ways. Swant to Swant as Nielsen plows her way through the paint. The rebound ripped away by Beauchamp. And here's Georgia Swant. Taylor Drynan now with the basketball. Georgia working off a high screen from her sis into a double team. Picked up by Sam with 15 on the shot clock. Beauchamp finds a receiver in Drynan. And the Clan showing no panic here as the shot clock now down to 7. Swant with the basketball finds Sam. Turnaround. Can't get the shot off. She hurls it at the iron. Can't get it to go in a nice defensive stance by Christy Martin's group out there for the St. Martin Saints. They get the stop and the basketball. And they would love to get it under double digits before this half. Schultz drops a pass into the paint to Dingus. Gets it back. Finds Bowen. Now to Thames. Shot clock now down to 10. There's an NBA 3 right there, and it is going to fall shy from McKenna Schultz. Emma Kramer and Kendall Sands will check into the next stoppage for the Clan. Here's Swant, the drive, the dish. Taylor Drynan thought about fading for 3. Instead, still with the basketball. Oh, and Ozzy gets called a game for a travel. Sometimes she fakes her own self out. She's got so much quickness. Some changes on the floor. Sophie Swant and Taylor Drynan along with Georgia will take a seat. So wholesale changes on the floor. Claudia Hart, number 13, into the game. 3 new Clan players. Kendall Sands as well. Emma Kramer, number 12. Sullivan Heights in Surrey. So the freshmen getting key positions here today at key junctures to show what they can do, supported by their more veteran-laden teammates. Here's Thames. Nabucco guarding her. Simpson trying to shake Kendall Sands in the paint. They'll kick it back. Jump shot there from Nielsen's going to go off the iron. Hart with the rebound to Sands. Kendall quickly. Kramer tees up the 3. Oh, nice look at a 3. Couldn't get that one for the freshman. Great hustle by Sam Beauchamp on the baseline. But they're going to rule that she regained possession out of bounds. Russ, number 31, now into the game. So it's Russ, Dingus, Thames, along with Bowen and Simpson on the floor right now for the Saints. Bowen, Dingus, Russ. Thames underneath. The contact was coming. Sam Beauchamp not wanting to commit herself too much physically there. Unable to find the angle to stop her with her height. and they will score the basketball. Here's Kendall Sands on the baseline. Kramer comes to it. Mark to Sands into the paint. One-on-one right through the mitts. Oh my gosh, they're playing it physical, and Sam Beauchamp took a body slam to the court. That was a pretty violent fall, and the trainer's now out to see her. Sam Beauchamp saw the expression right in her face, and that got a little too much. She really took a fall. So let's hope Sam's okay, as the training crew out on the floor right now to tend to her. Very, very physical in the paint. If we can get a look at that on the replay. And the officials may indeed actually come over to the replay monitor here to take a look. We'll see indeed if they do. I see them coming over in our direction here. Nilsson is going to check back into the game, number 44. But that was a play underneath the basket. You hope Sam's okay. They'll take a look at it. Sam's still down. And as she gets up on her knees there, well, certainly there was no release from the St. Martin's player as they turned around, and that it certainly didn't cushion the velocity to which Sam Beauchamp went to the court. But players with their arms wrapped there. And that player from St. Martin's, Jayla Russ, really did not release. And we'll see what the officials say. We'll keep looking at it here, and we will keep you informed as best we can. But it's just great to see Sam up on her feet and headed off the court. I don't know if her chin actually did a plant on the floor. Either way, it's just what a seniors night it's been. It's been one physical play after another for Beauchamp, who took that year off last year, decided to come back this season. And of course, she got called for that offensive foul, or that unsportsmanlike call early in this contest. And she took the worst of it as she went crashing to the floor underneath the paint, underneath the basket. Sam Beauchamp off, getting her attention. We will certainly take a look at it in a second here as soon as the officials have finished with the video monitor screen. Right now, those officials at center court, as you can see, gathered, they're huddled, they're talking about what they saw. All three took a look at 2 or 3 different angles via our Clan TV crew. We'll take a look at it ourselves here. You see the entry from Kendall Sands into Beauchamp. It skipped through the hands because Russ had her all tied up underneath the basket, and as Sam turned, Russ stayed with her, and that's a tough one. Play in the paint is physical, but the referees still in discussion about how they're going to dole out their decision here. 3:49 to the break, and it's an 8-point lead right now for the Simon Fraser University Clan. Beauchamp checking out of the game. The Clan getting a little smaller now. They'll go with Claudia Hart and Ozzy Nabucco in the front court. Emma Kramer, Kendall Sands, and Sienna Lenz. That is a very, very young group. You have a pure sophomore in Kendall Sands. You have a redshirt sophomore in Claudia Hart. You have a redshirt sophomore in Ozzy Nabucco, and you have 2 pure freshmen in Kramer and Sienna Lenz. We'll take another look at it if we can here. See the entry. And I think the impetus has to be Sam Beauchamp was trying to get a pass into her, and the opposing player would not let go of her. And so as she turned and pivoted, she was basically taken down to the court. I don't know how the... I don't know that Coach Christy Martin liked what she heard. She left the grouping with the referee and Coach Langford in a real deliberate fashion. So we'll see what happens here. Oh my gosh, Sam Beauchamp got called for that foul. And that's an unfortunate one, as the officials say Sam Beauchamp has been ejected from this game. That's an excessive call there, and her second of the game in that regard, so she has now been ejected on her seniors night. And I don't know, I think both of those were 50-50 type calls. Both have gone against her. And that is a real tough break for Sam Beauchamp, who was presented with a bouquet of flowers in the pregame and honored for her senior night efforts here and her comeback this season after a season away by the Clan. And Sam Beauchamp, I can still see her parents up in the crowd with the bouquet of flowers. That is a tough one for Beauchamp, who after taking that first one, sat, and very soon after coming in gets it again. This time takes a hard fall to the court, and it goes the call going against her, and she's ejected from the game. So 32-26 our score here. The Clan with the lead, but they're shorthanded. One senior and one GNAC shot block leader. Great fake by Kendall Sands, and she goes right through the heart of the defense to lay it up and in. Kendall Sands does that one with a lot of savvy. And if we ever get a look at that one again, look at that head fake she gives. It freezes the defense, and she goes right through the paint untouched for the lay-in. 34-26 the score right now. Dingus with a jumper from 15, won't go. Ripped away there by Hart. And Kendall Sands again with the basketball. McKenna Schultz, Sophie Swant will check in for their respective teams. Great save, but right into the hands of Bowen. And Kendall did a great job there of trying to disrupt without getting called. Unfortunately for the Clan, the Saints are able to score the basketball. So 34-28 our score. 2:25 to the break. Ozzy right to the window, lays it up and in. So Nabucco with a nice move to the basket restores the 8-point lead for Simon Fraser here. 2:15 to the break. Simpson quickly to Dingus. Claire with the basketball. She's going to go up top. They'll feed. Nilsson underneath against Claudia Hart. Hart with a nice job there positionally, and Ozzy in there does a great job. And they call the alternating possession jump ball here. I can't see which way the arrow is going, but Taylor Drynan and Sophie Swamp will both check into the basketball game, as will McKenna Schultz. We took a look there at that Kendall Sands lay-in. Also into the game is number 13, Rebecca Baugh. Take a look at another replay here very quickly. Oh, a great look here as they go to Nabucco. And Ozzy, without a second line of defense, Ozzy Nabucco can make you pay with that quickness, and that turnaround move, she goes right to the basket. Great job by Sophie. She gets the block, the tip, and keeps possession. Here she goes to Drynan. And the three ball off the mark there by Kendall Sands. Well, what's new? Bodies in the paint. It's been that kind of a half. And Jayla Russ will return to action here. If you just joined us, Samantha Beauchamp was ejected for basically taking two unsportsmanlike fouls. Well, more on that later. Here come the Saints. I will venture to say that's the first time at any level of any basketball Samantha Beauchamp has played in her entire career that she's been ejected from a game. And without knowing the facts, I'd be willing to wager $1 on that. Here's Hart way outside. She'll instead defer to Swant. Sophie will put it on the deck, and Sophie, through a double team, goes crashing to the floor. It is a physical basketball game. They're going to call Claire Dingus for the foul as Bria Thames comes off the bench, ready to check back into the game. St. Martin's wanting to make a statement here, wanting to, certainly you get a target on your back when you're one of the best teams in the conference, which the Clan are right now. It'd be a big win for St. Martin's. They would love to take one out of here off of Burnaby Mountain in the final home game of the Clan season. But Simon Fraser playing with a level of toughness to come back from an early deficit in a pretty low-scoring game here, but they are not taking anything for granted in this basketball game. 59.8 seconds left as Swan knocks down the free throw. Drive to the basket. Oh, it teeters off the rim and doesn't go for Rebecca Baugh. Kendall Sands with the loose ball. A lot of pressure here from St. Martin's. Well, I think Bruce Langford called a timeout. 30-second timeout called. And that saves the turnover there, but 40.9 seconds left, and great three-quarter court, full court pressure exerted there by St. Martin's. Simon Fraser continuing to play great basketball, and there are no easy ones in this conference. I don't care what anybody says. The teams come ready to play, and St. Martin's brought their game here in the first half. And people will try to disrupt you when you find success, and clearly Sam Beauchamp took the brunt of that in terms of 2 fouls. I wrote a story about a high school player today and had a line in the story that said, the beauty of basketball is you can almost define a person's personality a lot of times by their line score. And Samantha Beauchamp is the least likely player to ever get an ejection in a basketball game, maybe in Simon Fraser history. Oh, and someone just shoved. What happened out there? Sophie Swant from behind fell to the floor. Was that a push? Or did she, oh my gosh. No, there is some heavy, heavy emotion on the floor right now, and the referees need to get this game under control. Sophie Swant, with her back turned, took a fall to the court. So the foul is going to be called. I believe the foul's being called. I thought it was against number 1. Is it Sanaya? Yeah, it's against Sanaya Simpson. And the referees are becoming close personal friends here today. Their 3rd or 4th look at the video replays in this opening half. So they will count the basket, and I think that's what happened. We'll take a look here along with the officials, and I'll let you know as we look. The entry down to Nabucco, she got the basket, and Sophie went in to congratulate her, and all of a sudden Sophie Swant is doing a face plant inside the paint. And they called it against Simpson. I can't believe you can get ejected for knocking someone to the court from behind. Swant didn't seem to be any worse for wear, but that's besides the point. All she's done is walked over to congratulate Nabucco, and all of a sudden, certainly Simpson looking the other way as she walks back up the floor. If they just there's no question what just happened there. So you look at that, and certainly Simpson, with her face looking up the court, extends her arm and pushes Sophie Swant right to the court. And Sophie went down like a rag doll. Let's just hope she's okay. I think she's fine, but certainly there was no question what happened there. And if that's not an unsportsmanlike, I don't know what is. We'll take a look at a replay here for the rest of you guys to take a look at, and you can judge for yourselves. But watch Swant as she walks down to congratulate her teammate. And while she's doing that, you see the hand right there, pushes her, and you see the look in Sophie's face. And look at Ozzy Nabucco. They're going, what just happened? Our teammate just got knocked to the ground like a rag doll. And certainly that is something that is completely uncalled for. It's not what this game is about. And that was unfortunate to have to see that kind of stuff on a basketball court. The expressions in the 2 Simon Fraser players alone tells you what happened. Ozzy Nabucco's eyes were saucers. What had just happened? And I don't know if Christy Martin is explaining to the officials that, you know, maybe there's been some stuff the other way, let's not try to be total judge and jury. But based on that one play, that was about as deliberate a push as I've seen on a basketball court. 32.5 seconds left, and there has been some feeling in this opening half. That was a great look by our Clan TV crew, by the way, and I think you just kind of let that stand on its own. There's really nothing more that really can be said. So 11-point lead right now for the Clan Nabucco at the free throw line. Unsportsmanlike being called, as we are telling you, and the official nice to come over and let us know. It's not the most common call in the world, but the official has come over and said the same thing to me twice. The first one against Samantha Beauchamp in the first half, the second one right there as Ozzy completed the N1. Ozzy Nabucco just completed the N1, and that is Sophie Swan. Anybody can go to the free throw line, so the Clan will pick Swan, who's in the top 10 in GNAC free throw shooting, and she just lays them both down with no thought whatsoever. She just fires them and scores them both. 42-28, a big turning point here with 32.5, because it gives the Clan a 14-point lead and their largest of the game, I believe, to this point. But the girl who, or the player who got pushed to the deck is actually the one who has gone out there and hit those two technical, unsportsmanlike free throws. The Clan can pick any player they want to shoot them. 2 seconds difference between the game clocks here in the West Gym, and Drynan now with the basketball. Sands with the jumper. And that's going to do it here as we get down to 3 seconds left. And just being told that Taylor Drynan will be our guest here at the half, and certainly we'll ask Taylor, the veteran, about all of that crazy stuff that went on. It really was interesting, and we're going to have a short break before we get Taylor Drynan to let our executive producer Gabe Lind know, because the officials, I think, want to talk to the players and kind of let them know what had happened there. So that is an interesting aspect. Taylor Drynan will hustle over and chat with us briefly, and we'll get a question or two into Taylor Drynan. And Taylor Drynan, thanks for joining us here on Clan TV. Boy, there was some feeling on the floor. Talk about what happened there at the end.
To start off with, it's pink night, it's senior night. I think it's just a bit of an emotional night. So I think starting off, I think we're all a little just emotional, each and every one of us, both the seniors and the younger ones, seeing that this is our last home game. But as we continue to play, I mean, it is a little much out there right now, but I think we just got to keep our heads and play the game we know how to play, right? The TV replay showed how surprised both you and Ozzy were that Sophie hit the deck like that. Had you seen anything deliberate like that? I mean, she just got pushed. I mean, that's not the first play of the game, though, that someone's gone down like that. So again, like, it's a competitive game right now. It's getting a little bit out of hand, but I think our team's just got to settle down and play the game we know how to play, right? All right.
Taylor Drynan, thanks so much for joining us, and all the best in the second half. Thank you. Taylor Drynan giving us a bird's eye account of what happened down in the paint. Very, very physical basketball game, and we'll leave it at that. 42-28 is our score. We will take a short break, and we'll be back soon with more from the West Gym on Clan TV.
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
I'm stuck. Not in a good headspace, and I really need to talk to someone right now.
My roommate seems depressed, and I don't know how to help. I try everything to make her day better, but I just don't know what to do.
I've been struggling to balance school, athletics, and the rest of my life. I've been really overwhelmed, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it.
My parents expect me to be a doctor, but that's just not what I want at all. They'll be devastated if they find out I'm changing my plans.
I miss home, my family, and my friends. I'm just really lonely here.
As a student athlete, I'm expected to handle almost everything on my own. Sometimes, I could really just use someone to talk to.
Hi, my name is Lauren Friedman. I'm in my 5th year of biomedical engineering at SFU, and I play on the women's volleyball team. My first work term was at a company called Braceworks Custom Orthotics, and I did research and product development on a chest brace for pectus carinatum. And my second work term was at a company called Plantiga, where I did research on their insoles that collect data for professional athletes in the military. SFU athletics and co-op have helped facilitate my journey through university by helping me apply what I learned in my sport into the classroom, and also what I learned in the classroom into my sport, and then putting it all together in the real world really helped narrow my focus. I would recommend that SFU athletes participate in co-op because not a lot of people get to play the sport that they love and be in school, and not a lot of people get to explore different areas of work that they love and also play their sport. So putting all those three things together is really a unique opportunity that not a lot of people get.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Any day at SFU may feel like just another day. But any day here has enormous potential. The potential for something significant to happen. Like the day when you might find yourself engaging with the outside world. To create a lasting impact on many lives. Or the day when you might unearth something that inspires you to start a business. Or the day when you might become an instrument of change. Or discover where you belong. Or take advantage of an unconventional education. To become part of something huge. In fact, any day has the potential to have real impact. Because any day at SFU is not just any other day.
Howard Smurra back here at the West Gym, joined by Malin Smith, Clan assistant coach. And coach, I don't know where to start, but what a bizarre opening half. Some great physicality in there, but Samantha Beauchamp, bring us up to date. Boy, she hit the floor hard.
Yeah, it was a tough play. I mean, obviously we're a little biased. Let's just say, like, we need to have thoughts and prayers for Sam right now, moving forward for the rest of the year. She banged up her head pretty good, and for someone to be ejected and take the brunt of it, pretty poor call tonight.
That's an unfortunate one to have to see. You know, on the other end, Sophie Swant, is she okay? She bounded up quite quickly and hit those free throws, but she hit the deck, and that was a strange play.
Do you expect anything less than Sophie Swant? I mean, on senior night, and she's the heartbeat of our team, and if she can really get us going here in the second half, she's going to light a fire for us.
Seniors night can be an emotional one, Coach. Last question, but there's still 4 games to play after this one, and so this game still, the fans might think it's the end of the season for them watching the team, but you guys have a lot of games left to play yet.
We got a lot of basketball to play. I mean, it's the middle of February, and we expect to go to the middle of March. So with that in regards to Sam is really important for us, but right now it's just paying honor to our seniors for their last home game. And my goodness, if you guys could see the fans in this arena right now and the energy and the passion, and then the breast cancer awareness night is just huge, and all the support we've gotten this whole year has been incredible, and it's a way to go out for sure.
We felt the energy, loved watching you guys play. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Thanks so much.
Malin Smith joining us, giving us some insights as to what's happening, and clearly from the front lines you're getting an idea of how physical this basketball game really is, and our thoughts and prayers right now to Sam Beauchamp. Without saying it, Coach really is telling us Sam Beauchamp, we believe, and we don't know for sure, but has quite possibly suffered a concussion and is having some issues right now, and to get ejected from the game on a play where she hit the deck that hard and her chin took the brunt of it. Our thoughts and prayers right now to Sam Beauchamp, who has not come out with the team here, obviously, and let's just hope she's going to be okay here, and never mind about the rest of the games through the season. Just hope she's going to be able to come back fully. That was a hard fall, as hard a fall as we've seen, in recent memory here at the West Gym. Just came plowing to the ground, and the other senior, Sophie Swant, was shoved, was pushed by one of the St. Martin's players. We're not going to, take sides here and get all territorial about things, but I mean, look at the replay and you can see the player clearly shoving Sophie Swant to the court. I mean, wow. There is a lot of feeling here on the court, but it is something else when that kind of stuff has to happen, and it's really unfortunate to have to see that kind of stuff happening in a basketball game. Boy, I don't know what else to say. 1:31 here before we start the second half, and we had mentioned that statistics were an issue, but we thank our minor officials for scrambling. They started the game taking handwritten down stats and have converted them now into our box score. So we have a halftime box. Thank you very much for all your efforts there. We will let you know the leading scorers in this basketball game right now. Ozzy Nabucco, 6 of 7 from the field. Ozzy leading all scorers in this basketball game. She also has 3 rebounds and a real solid 20 minutes of play for Ozzy Nabucco. Jessica Jones with 6 points. Claudia Hart, no, Kendall Sands checked out with 8. Kendall hitting a couple of triples. Jessica Jones, both of her baskets, 3-pointers. Simon Fraser shot 17 of 29 from the field in the first half of play for a 58.6% total as they start the wave here in the gym. Great to see the support, and you heard Coach Smith talking about breast cancer awareness, Pink Night here, and all the great stuff that's happening right now for Simon Fraser in this building. On the other side of the ledger, St. Martin's with their 28 points, they struggled to a 30.6% shooting percentage from the field. 6 points for Bria Thames, terrific player Bria Thames, going 3 of 4, 6 points, 5 points for Sanaya Simpson, and 4 points apiece for Claire Dingus, Megan Nielsen, and believe that is, yes, Rebecca Baugh as well. So those are the numbers from that opening half of play, and we're set to start the final half of basketball in the Simon Fraser Clan regular season. Of course, 4 more remaining on the road, and we've let you know about those over the course of the evening. But let's hope for a safe and focused second half here from both of these teams at the West Gym. Howard Simmer along with you on a passionate night of basketball here atop Burnaby Mountain. It's Taylor Drynan. They get the ball down low. Nabucco, and that is going to roll and teeter. That's the basketball gods telling Nabucco she's done just enough to get a lay in there. 44 to 28 now the score. Clan's largest lead of the half was 14. And right now they have pushed that lead to 16, so this is the largest lead of the game. Bodies again on the floor. That's Sophie Swant battling down there with Claire Dingus, number 14. The whistle blows. Basically what amounted to 3 unsportsmanlike fouls called in that first half of play. And the odds of Samantha Beauchamp getting back-to-back unsportsmanlike calls in her final home game of her Clan career, when I would hesitate if she's ever been ejected from a game in her entire career. Christy Martin is pleading with the officials there, but won't get the benefit of the doubt on a call. Nielsen, number 44, picking up her third. And there's a certain privilege of being courtside, and I've never taken it for granted. You're right within earshot of the coaches, the referees, and it's entertaining. Here's a feed to Sophie at the high post. Swant will turn. Bowen doing a great job guarding her. Sophie, though, what a great job to get around her. Can't get that layup attempt to go, and it's gonna be Saints ball here. Whew, that first half. Goodness. Here's Bowen now with the basketball. Jayla Russ wearing number 31. They'll feed Thames at the high post. She'll square up, and a nice look there from Bria Thames to knock down the jump shot. Sophie Swant now with the basketball, charging and laying it off the window. Looks like the foul's going to get called against the Saints. Jayla Russ getting called for the foul. Take a look on our Clan TV replay. It's a familiar sight, and I asked Coach Malin Smith if he were there for the, you know, I gotta tell you this, fans in this building, I'm looking up at the stands, and I don't know how many people I've seen mimicking the move where Sophie got pushed to the floor. The fans are still talking about it, and they're assuming the stance of the players on the floor, and they're mimicking what happened. I mean, it was that clear to everybody in the building. 15-point lead here for Simon Fraser. Thames with the basketball, finding Jayla Russ. Swat stands her up. They go to Dingus. Claire Dingus with that great wingspan. Shot clock's down to 6. Thames with a turnaround move, won't go. What a great effort there on the old glass, and Dingus is able to lay it up and in. She crawls into a space, gets an offensive rebound, and makes it count. 45-32 now the score. There's Drynan baseline up to Nabucco. Back up top to Jones. Jess feeding with a bullet pass into Nabucco, and that's a dime of the game right there from Jessica Jones. Threading the needle through traffic to Ozzy Nabucco in the block, and Ozzy makes no mistake with a lay-in. 15-point lead here now for the Clan. Bowen back up top to Russ. She chases it almost back to the center line. Thames loves to drive into the paint, switches hands in the off the jump stop, can't get that one to go. It's going to go off the Clan. I think it'll be St. Martin's ball. Let's take a look at a replay here on our Clan TV monitor. What a great pass from Jessica Jones. We talk about her shooting all the time, but that's a dime right there to Ozzy Nabucco, who's got one of the highest field goal. Oh, there. That was a forearm shiver right there. And I'm sure we'll take a look at that one. It's Sophie Swant, again, this time taking a forearm shiver from Dingus. And she hits the deck, and Dingus gets called for her second foul of the game. It is the most physical basketball game of the season involving the Simon Fraser Clan. Ladies at home. And by a long shot, by a mile. Here's Jones lobbing. Great job by Thames getting in the way, but Nabucco somehow gets it back to Swant. Sophie at the elbow to skip to Ozzy off the window. And it falls. Ozzy Nabucco lays it up and in. And that's a 17-point lead now for the Clan. Almost a quick hitter at the other end there for Rebecca Baugh. Instead, fast break basketball. Clan doesn't have the numbers. They were 2-on-3 down the floor looking for Nabucco, and she almost pulled it off. Toes that baseline, but turns it over. And so with 6:11 left in the third quarter, here come the Saints again. Number 22 is Sarah Bowen. Thames one-on-one down against Jones, and tough check there. That's the toughest one-on-one matchup you're going to find as we take a look at the replay here. Nabucco again. That was a heck of a roll off the rim for Ozzy. And Ozzy was 6 of 7 from the field in the opening half. I think Ozzy is now 8 for 9 from the field, if I'm not mistaken, but she's had a heck of a basketball game. Sienna Lenz is going to check in for the Simon Fraser Clan. Sienna Lenz checking in, Ozzy Nabucco checking out. Ozzy shooting about 85% from the field. Thames too strong into the hands of Lenz, and here come the Clan. Drynan crossing half court, trap comes quickly, gets it away to Swant. Cross court pass to Jones, Jess to Kendall, right off the face of Kendall Sands. Double team the Clan, a trap of their own, and to the floor they go. A jump ball called. It's going to be St. Martin's basketball on the alternating possession. I know we've talked about a lot of the physical contact, the stuff that we're seeing now, diving on the floor, contesting 50-50 balls. I love it. Let's see more of it. Let's just get away from the cheap stuff that we've been seeing. Here's Lenz, top to Drynan for 3. Oh, Taylor Drynan. Deep, deep damage from Taylor Drynan. 52-32. The largest lead of the game now is 20 points for the Simon Fraser Clan. And this Simon Fraser Clan team looking to win for the 10th time in 11 games. What a roll they're on, and Taylor Drynan couldn't be more dialed in. You got the temptation to say she hit that one all the way from Spokane, but she can hit them even deeper. Approaching the midway mark of this third quarter, and great to see the support in the building here today as Claudia Hart gets set to check into the basketball game. Stands here at the West Gym full, and just a heck of a basketball game, full of emotion here. Georgia Swant will check into the basketball game for Taylor Drynan. Taylor among that rising group of Clan seniors next season. And you know, as soon as I said that, I'm going, what are you talking about, Howard? She's the only junior on the team. She'll be the lone senior on this basketball team, pending any kind of incoming players, which I have not heard of in terms of transfers like that. So Taylor Drynan will be that leader. She'll be the seniors night girl next year at this very time. There's Hart with that offensive board. Claudia works the glass, and she gets a layup there. Sophie, three-quarter court steal to Sands quickly from Swant to Swant. Now they look, and they get Claudia again. Hart goes to the window and lays it up and in. Back-to-back baskets by Claudia Hart, and the Clan are running away with it at 21 points. Christy Martin will call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well and be back with more from the West Gym in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And welcome back to the West Gym. Howard Smurra here with you on Clan TV. Just a word on our final Clan women's home basketball game of the season, and great to see our crack Clan TV crew getting so many great shots. And there's been a compendium of them. They haven't missed a thing. And I'll tell you, the officials appreciate it when they come over to look at the replays here at our courtside location. There's nothing the referees have not been able to find here in the West Gym tonight. And that continues to be a credit to our Clan TV camera crew here and our executive producer, Gabe Lynn. Another time out on the floor. We'll keep it here and bring you up to date on the numbers in this basketball game. And the Simon Fraser Clan, as red hot as you might expect, they are 6 of 8 from the field in this third quarter of play. They're shooting 75% from the field. St. Martin's 3 of 6, 50% from the field. And let's take a look at Claudia Hart and how opportunistic this player is starting to become. And Claudia never gives up on the play. And look at that, working the glass for another layup. She had back-to-back lay-ins. And Claudia Hart coming off the bench and giving her teammates a huge boost, especially when you look at the lack of size Simon Fraser can bring in the paint following that very scary moment with Sam Beauchamp. Let's hope Sam's okay. If you were with us in the first half, if you weren't with us in the first half, Sam Beauchamp locked arms with a St. Martin's player, and as they pursued a ball underneath the basket, Sam went to the floor hard, and really I think her chin led the way as she hit the paint. Yeah, and Danny Langford, the former Clan point guard, one of the alums in the crowd today, of course, the daughter of the head coach. And from their days, for those outside of the British Columbia area, when Simon Fraser started out, of course, in the NAIA, but had a brief stint in Canadian inter-university sport, now called U Sports, Canada's top intercollegiate university league. And Simon Fraser won multiple national championships over that span. And sometimes they are the forgotten players who really got things going here in a second wave, or a first wave for head coach Bruce Langford, who's now in his 18th season at the helm of the Clan. Bowen now back down the floor. There's Dingus. They'll hoist a 3 ball off the side iron and out of bounds. St. Martin's wanting to really dig in their heels and start to dictate some of the play here, some of the flow, but they just can't get going. And Simon Fraser continues to remain in charge here in this basketball game. There's some pressure. Swant will break it with a pass over half court to Hart, quickly to Georgia Swant for 3. Georgia knocks it down! Georgia Swant knocks down the triple. And it just looked too easy. 2 quick passes in the freshman from Argyle Secondary, just waiting there. A catch and shoot opportunity. St. Martin's will get 2 of them right back though. And underneath the basket, laying it up and in, number 35 is Mackenzie Cage. Or Mackenzie Ketch, apologies. Ketch with the basket there underneath the basket. There is Claudia going to the basket again. This time can't finish. Emma Kramer and Ozzy Nabucco will check in at the next stoppage. Here's Schultz feeding Dingus in the high post. Claire, 1 bounce. Jump shot won't go. Rebound by Georgia Swant. Georgia to sister Sophie. Great to see the Swant to Swant connection as part of seniors night here atop Burnaby Mountain tonight. Here's Sienna Lenz, the drive, the kick to Kendall Sands. Georgia being guarded by Thames. Kendall with the shot clock at 8. Sands to Sienna Lenz. Elbow jumper just off the mark. Hart thought she might have a chance at it. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Clan. So Emma Kramer, number 12, Ozzy Nabucco, number 32, in for Georgia Swant, and Sienna Lenz, the 2 freshmen, will take a seat. Just reflecting on some of the great moments here over this surprising Clan season. And having those 5 freshmen on the floor to finish a game was a signature moment for this team. Here's Kendall. What a nice drive into the paint. Can't get the finish she wants, but Kendall Sands really maximizing her handle this season. As good as we've seen it, and it's not just athleticism. When Kendall drives, she uses everything she has. Thames now at the free throw line. Catch now back into the game, number 35 for number 44, Megan Nielsen. Simon Fraser with a big game turning point with technical fouls and possession following Sophie Swant's push to the floor late in the first half. Have just continued here in the second. And look at that, Claudia Hart. I was going to say, what's that? I was going to announce Taylor Drynan. I saw that the pink headband, but no. What a great release there from Claudia Hart, who's really played great here and showing her ability from long range as well, knocking down that jump shot, 62-37. Here is Thames now into traffic. And looks like Nabucco is going to get called for the foul there. Ozzy will get called, and that's only her first of the game. Let's take a look at a replay here on our Clan TV monitor. I missed it, apologies. Certainly the Hart triple was big, and you saw it right there. And as Clan fans will follow their team over the next 2 weeks and into the GNAC playoffs, certainly you can't help but think about next season and what things will look like. Replacing Swant and Beauchamp will, of course, be no easy task, and so much is going to depend, as you look at those GNAC standings, on the chemistry and the depth in the front court, and that will be huge next year. And I think you know what? You look at Claudia Hart, she's going to obviously play a big role in that regard. Sophie now with the basketball. Kick it back out to Georgia, finding Taylor Drynan. Shot clock now down to 10 for Sophie. She'll go cross court. Look at that move. Some great play from Claudia Hart on the baseline. Claudia not just finishing around the basket, she's putting it on the deck and creating stuff and finishing plays. Claudia Hart's been terrific here in this third quarter. I dare to say her best home quarter of the season. But the Clan not defending in the paint there. Hart stopping the first wave. The second wave, they get a basket, do the Saints. Here's a three ball. Swant wants the roll, can't get it. Georgia, great hustle from the freshman underneath. Georgia Swant just improves and leaps and bounds. It's just like when you're watching Sienna Lens. They're bookending on the opposite sides of the baseline right now, as you can see. Every minute they're on the court, they're getting more confident. Here's Drynan working off the high Hart screen to Sophie. What, into the paint, what a move! And Claudia Hart goes high-low and finishes it off. 66-39, what a job as the Saints get it right back in transition. And that's gonna do it for this third quarter of play. 66-41, Simon Fraser with a commanding 25-point lead. They have one more home quarter remaining for their faithful here at the West Gym. Simon Fraser, what a great job they've done tonight. It's been a tough physical battle, but Simon Fraser looking to continue that win streak. Back with more from the West Gym in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Have they shot the ball better than they have tonight? Take a look at this. Claudia Hart on the deck, a couple of bounces. Claudia right to the window for the lay-in. As you see in our Clan TV replay monitor, and we can let you know the Clan shooting 27-46 from the field, 58.7% on the game for the Clan. Have they shot it better this season? They're also shooting 56.3% from three-point range, and that's why they're leading by 25 points over the visiting St. Martin Saints here from the West Gym. Fourth quarter now underway. And we've got Simpson. They go down low and they find Nilsson, and she's gonna lay it in. Clan getting a bit of their own medicine. Hart really being thrown into a big role here. And that jump shot doesn't go. With Samantha Beauchamp out of this game and not even on the bench. That is a tough break for the Clan, and we've let you know about that storyline. Here's a three from Sophie. Swant just missing off the back iron. And the big rebound going to McKenna Schultz. Reach is going to get called, I believe, against Sophie Swant. Indeed it will, and that is her second foul of the game. That'll bring Emma Kramer off the bench. Actually, Emma Kramer in for Georgia Swant. So Jessica Jones as well. She'll come into this basketball game for Sienna Lens. And if you're a Clan basketball fan, an interesting look, a look ahead. in many ways to the front court situation this Clan team is going to have next season. Claudia Hart doing a great job scoring the basketball, but she knows she's also going to be relied on heavily to guard the painted areas of this floor. There's a shove there. A fading jumper, no foul called, but Sanaya Simpson put on a forearm, and it was more than just trying to create space here. Really shoved Sophie Swant right back. Physicalness still remains here in this basketball game. Oh, and there was a attempt to feed the post by Jones, looking for Swant, goes out of bounds. Sophie out of the game. Ozzy Nabucco back in for St. Martin's. It's going to be Claire Dingus. And you have to be impressed with Claire Dingus. I loved watching her game today. University High School in the native of Spokane Valley. She's 5'11", but she looks like she's 6'3" when you watch her because she's got such incredible wingspan. And she's only a freshman. One of the rising young players in this conference. There she is with a basketball right now, number 14. Kicks it for three, and they will knock it down. That's number 10, McKenna Schultz. Schultz didn't start this game, but I believe she's third on the team in scoring, and she can knock it down. Schultz does just that right there, makes it a 20-point game. Nabucco, Ozzy with the nice hands underneath, not distracted by the crosstown traffic, able to lay that ball in. Gets a rebound as well at the other end, and she'll bring it up across half court. Ozzy still with the basketball now to Hart, back up top to Dryman. Jessica Jones, Emma Kramer now. Here's Jones in rhythm for three. Bingo! Jessica Jones knocks down the triple. And a beautiful release from 33. Tough take inside. Nilsson's going to finish it off, though, with the left hand underneath. Simpson did a great job to drive the ball down low, but ooh, I missed that. I don't know what happened down low there, but the training staff comes out onto the floor again. Take a look at this on our Clan TV monitor. Jessica Jones comes back off a screen on the baseline, and a beautiful catch and shoot effort there. Physical basketball game, and Ozzy's got a smile on her face, but she's wiping the tears out of her eyes. I'm not too sure what happened there, but she endured a little contact. Yeah, she's feeling it. She's telling her teammates she's okay. Kendall Sands quickly off the bench to spell her, and this Simon Fraser team gets small in a hurry. With Sophie Swant, Samantha Beauchamp, and Ozzy Nabucco on the bench. Claudia Hart is going to be counted on for a lot. And Jess Jones, as well as Emma Kramer, really, if you can get big bodies to defend in the paint, they're going to have to just forget about their positional tags and just start defending in the painted areas here for the Clan down the stretch. Here's Kramer with the basketball, now to Drynan. Jones right back to Drynan, thought about the three. Taylor instead, they skip in the paint, and Hart off the window. And Claudia showing the knack off the glass here in the second half. Claudia Hart on the offensive end is doing a terrific job. Now we get to watch her one-on-one. Kramer comes with a double team, and they're going to blow the whistle down low as Nilsson causes all kinds of trouble for the Clan down low. And Emma Kramer is going to get called for the foul. Take a look at the replay here. Drynan will drive and drop the dime. Hart played that one so well. She went super high outside the square off the glass and got the rebound. They're going to bring in Justina Chan, the freshman from Ontario. She loves to play with physicality down low. Here's a turnaround from Dingus. That won't go. And Jones now with the basketball. 6:21 remaining in this game. Feed to Hart at the high post. Claudia kicks to Kramer. Jones to Sands, back up top to Taylor Drynan. Shot clock now at 10 with 6:05 remaining. Jones, look at the big strides. Claudia Hart gets to the hoop in a hurry, but good job by Dingus and company. Rather, that was probably Nilsson, apologies. Just saw the 4 out of the corner of my eye there. Kendall Sands is going to get a steal. Simpson is right there, and they're going to call her for the foul as Kendall Sands goes right to the window. Sanaya Simpson doing her best not to induce the whistle, but Kendall pretty determined as she drove to the window. As you take a look at this replay, Kendall Sands with a steal. Simpson does everything she can to not foul, but at the end, it's going to result in free throws for Kendall Sands. Claudia Hart now on the bench. Officially, this is the smallest the Clan have been in any game I've seen this season. And that's with Beauchamp, Sophie Swant, and Claudia Hart off the floor. Their height comes from Jessica Jones, the 2-3 on this schematic, along with Emma Kramer, the freshman, and Justina Chan, who brings some strength in the block. And her inexperience is not going to be limited because she is so energetic. Look at that. She keeps her defender away, almost gets the rebound, the defensive board. So the foul getting called against Emma Kramer. She's picked up 2 fouls here in the quarter defending in the paint. Kramer getting into a stance against Dingus, 2 freshmen. Rubbed out by that Nilsson screen. Schultz feeding the post. It's Nilsson up and under. Tough shot, and Chan's going to get called for the foul down low. These are learning moments right now on the floor for these Clan players in the paint, and there's no question about it. They have to kind of jump right into the fire here. Emma Kramer getting her fouls as she comes and helps on double teams, and Chan there one-on-one against the much bigger and stronger, maybe I shouldn't say stronger, but bigger anyway, Megan Nielsen. She steps up and hits the first one, 26-point margin right now with 5:09 remaining. That one's going to rattle off the rim, but into the hands of Dingus, who keeps that pivot. Jones fell there, but that one there was nothing wrong there. And clearly that was Dingus was maintaining that pivot, and Jones doing her best to affect the play. But is going to get called for the foul, and it's her 5th. And Jessica Jones, who is now going to have to take a seat. Sophie Swant will come in. Sophie Swant is really the only post player on the floor right now, but Claudia Hart's still available. So a bit of life breathing into the St. Martin Saints here down the stretch. They are more than holding their own over the last 6 or 7 possessions. Here's Kramer for 3, just off the mark. Dingus wants to go the distance, and she's going to score it. That is a promising player. And Dingus, number 14, has played a terrific game today. Here's Kramer. Finding Drynan to Kendall, wide open, no closeout at all. And Kendall, those are the toughest ones to hit sometimes when nobody comes out to challenge the shooter. Kendall with a save, but right into the hands of Nilsson. Crank it up for the 3, and they're going to drop it. That's Rebecca Baugh dropping the triple. And Simon Fraser built up a pretty big lead, now cut down to 21 points. And we'll look at some of the away games coming up for this Simon Fraser Clan team as we let you know. February 21st, that's next Thursday, at Northwest Nazarene for a big one at 6 o'clock local time, or Vancouver time. The 23rd, Central Washington in Ellensburg for a 7 p.m. tip. February the 26th, it's the old rivalry renewed at Bellingham with Western Washington. And then March the 2nd, the regular season ending in Billings against the Montana State Billings Yellow Jackets. Of course, the GNAC Championships, as our executive producer Gabe Lynn has let me know. March 7th to 9th at Sam Carver Gym, campus of Western Washington University. And Simon Fraser would clearly love to keep building momentum and finding their place at the GNAC Championships this season. and the chance to make their mark. But of course, those great teams, as we've shown you on the standings today, from Alaska Anchorage and Northwest Nazarene, each with only one loss on the season. Anchorage losing to Nazarene, Nazarene losing to Simon Fraser, the third place team, as you see there. 11-4, Simon Fraser dearly love to make it 12-4. They are on a terrific roll that is beyond anyone's predictions here this season. What an effort it's been for head coach Bruce Langford and his Clan basketball team. Adversity has reared its head tonight with the loss of Sam Beauchamp, and of course our thoughts with Sam as she recovers from a hard fall to the court in the opening half of play. There is Nilsson. She'll get the Saints back down the floor. Ball, who knocked down the shot from distance. Chan and Swanton making it tough, and Sophie, that's a veteran play. Sophie gets her hands in there and creates the jump ball situation. It'll be Clan basketball. That's a veteran at work for you right there. Just seizing the moment. There is Sands now. Down to 3.5 minutes left in the home portion of the GNAC season for Simon Fraser. Dingus guarding Taylor Drynan out to Emma Kramer. 7 on the shot clock now. Drynan will hoist the 3, but Dingus right there in her face. Nilsson does a good job to rip it away from Chan, and they get right back down the floor with Claire Dingus. Ball for 3, affected by Swant, and that one is going to go out of bounds. No, they're going to say Simon Fraser basketball. Crazy stuff in the opening half as Jayla Russ sets the check in, along with Shania Simpson, number 1. It's going to be Nilsson and Baugh stepping out of the game for St. Martin's. Back-to-back unsportsmanlikes that were 50-50 type calls. I know I'm in no position to be judging here, and you're always going to think the hometown announcer is going to be biased, but those were close calls, and tough break there as Beauchamp got injured, a potential concussion, and she's ejected on that play on her seniors night. And then Swant gets pushed to the court by one of the St. Martin's players at the end of the first half. It's been a little cleaner here in the second. There's still a lot of passion, a lot of emotion from both of these basketball teams. Swant unable to squeeze that skip pass from Drynan. Schultz now to Simpson. Elbow jumper for her, goes in and out into the hands of Kramer. Game clock now down to 2:15 and counting. Simon Fraser with a big 19-point lead. Looking to win, I believe, their 10th in 11 games. It's an amazing streak. Finding Chan from 15. Justina on the floor. Tough shot as she fades from the basket. Home run pass looking for Dingus is going to go out of bounds, so Simon Fraser basketball. Under 2 minutes remaining. Georgia Swant now back onto the floor. And they are going to rise in applause as Sophie Swant hugs every member of the team on the floor, and we have to salute as well the unbelievable career here in the West Gym by Sophie Swant as she comes off the floor for the final time in her Simon Fraser Clan home career. It's been something special to watch with 1:48 left, and head coach Bruce Langford setting it up nicely for Sophie Swant. Georgia Swant now. Shot clock's down to 8. Drynan's going to put it up. And I hope you'll hang with us as we wrap things up here in about a minute and a half. We will hopefully get a Clan player on the floor. Maybe look ahead. It'd be great to get a player like Claudia Hart out here and get some of her thoughts on how things went today. 1:23 remaining as Sienna Lenz now checking in the game for Kendall Sands. And I think I know what's happening here. With 1:23 remaining, there's already 4 freshmen on the floor. Taylor Dryden. Oh, actually, they can't do it today because Sophie Clausen is not in her uniform today. I guess dealing with a minor injury or what might be, I'm not sure, but I did see her in her non-game jersey. So they'll get the 4 freshmen out there with Droyman, who will return next season as a senior. So this is symbolic in many ways as well. There's a battle for a loose ball underneath. Mallory Kessler is out there, the senior from Ritzville, Washington. She's wearing number 30, and Kessler is going to get to the free throw line. Kessler with the first, it's going to be a miss. And a make there for Kessler with the clock winding down to 1 minute remaining. 4 freshmen, 4 pure freshmen on the floor right now for the Clan, including Sienna Lenz right now with the basketball. Emma Craner. Junior's crossover move. She continues to be guarded out there by Emma Reddy. Number 3. Here's Sienna Lenz. High post pass to Chan, who will let go from 16. Can't get that one to go, and Kessler with the rebound. Bowen's pass up to Simpson. Simpson fading, loves to fade, can't get that one to go. Chan with the rebound, and Sienna Lenz now back up across half court for the Clan. Swat back up to Lenz, back to Drynan. We're down to 20 seconds and a 4-second difference on the clocks. But the Simon Fraser Clan are going to wrap up the home portion of their 2018-19 season with a near make there by Lenz and a basket from Justina Chan, the freshman. With 6.5 seconds left, it's a 20-point lead for the Clan. And Simon Fraser take a bow on seniors night. What an effort by the Clan, a 20-point victory as they come through with a 77-57 win over the St. Martin Saints right here at the West Gym. The hometown Clan standing in a passionate physical affair here from the West Gym. These two teams went at it tooth and nail here today. Just unfortunate we can't see Sam Beauchamp get to leave the floor on her own terms after a great SFU Clan career in her home court, but we wish Sam the best. We wish the Clan the best as they embark on a 4-game road swing to end this regular season. And if things go their way, they're going to head to Bellingham for the GNAC Championship with a whole ton of momentum here. And it should be something to see. We are awaiting an interview here. And according to executive producer Gabe Lynn, hoping to get Claudia Hart. And so we'll wait in our broadcast location right here for number 13 from the Simon Fraser Clan. Claudia Hart now coming to join us. And we'll welcome Claudia. Doing great here. You guys, it was a physical battle today.
Yes, it was.
Your thoughts on, let's hope Sam Beauchamp is okay.
Yeah, I think she's fine. I think for us, we wanted like our other senior out there, so it's disappointing that she couldn't be there with us, but we played the second half out there for her, so thank God.
You've done that to enough players.
I have. That is kind of my thing. But yeah, we were playing that second half for Sam. We wish she was out there.
And you know what? I love the way you played today, the way you took charge, facing the basket. You did so many nice things offensively.
Thank you.
How much of a boost did you get in your own offensive game today?
Honestly, it comes from our bench. It comes from our teammates. Like, I seem to be the open person down there at times, and I was lucky enough to execute, so as long as I can help my team in any way, that's all I can ask for. So.
Well, last question, what are the Clan fans going to see if they tune in on GNAC and the GNAC and watch you guys play your Final Four road games? What are you guys going to be about over those Final Four?
Next week is huge for us. We're at NNU and Central, and we pulled off that big win earlier, so it's going to be a battle at their place. I think next week's going to be huge, and then the next week after that, even bigger, right? So it's going to be really exciting for them to come watch. Hopefully they can all tune in and support us.
We'll be watching by a computer screen, Claudia.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. Claudia Hart of your Simon Fraser University Clan, we thank her for stopping by. We'll wrap things up really quickly here by thanking everybody on the Clan TV crew. Great work by the cameras. They were 10 out of 10 today in the final home game of our Clan season. Our thanks to executive producer Gabe Lynn and to everybody with Clan TV. Still some men's games to have for you here on Clan TV. From the women, that is going to be it for the season. Thanks so much for all your support. Howard Samura wishing you well, safe travels, and catch you soon again from the West Gym.